Good evening, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. Can you hear me? Please confirm in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's stop the chat. Perfect. Okay. Today, our plan is to understand the next service called S3. So, before getting into S3, as usual, let's have a quick interaction. Yes, Kaushik Verma.
Hi Sunil, good morning.
Good
So
morning,
I have
Kaushik.
a I have a quick thing. So we did auto scaling classes back, right? Auto scaling
Yes.
and using Cloud Alarm. We can do that using a stress package, Sunil.
Yeah.
We can
We can
install a stress
increase
package. We can
and we can
increase the
increase
load.
the CPU utilization, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes. It got more than 80%. The instance got deleted and new instance got created. Actually.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So, okay, you have the commands for the stress package.
Yes, Sunil. I can
Can
share
you
that.
send that in the chat box now?
Yes.
Yeah,
Just give me a
please
minute.
send it.
This applies for Amazon Linux mission. If you want to try with a different mission, it's a little different
Okay,
actually.
okay, fine. Give that Amazon Linux one. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, can you enable the chat box?
Yeah. So how is your learning?
Yes, Sunil, it's going very good. So I'm also parallelly learning DevOps actually.
Mhm. With me, evening 6:30, evening of
Yes,
6 p.m.
6 p.m. 6 p.m. batch.
6 p.m. batch. Okay, okay. I think I have enabled chat. Okay, okay. Kaushik, thank you,
Yes,
thank you.
and in
This is the
order
command
to
to
increase
increase. Yeah.
the load, we can have CPU number to be greater with the timeout. So this will increase load actually.
Okay, okay. That's it. These two commands.
Yes, and three commands actually. One for updating the repo. Second one
One
is
minute. 1 minute.
installing stress.
Perfect.
Yes.
So, I know your experience, Kaushik.
I have 7 years experience, Sunil. So now currently I'm working as a QA engineer,
Mhm.
and I'm looking to switch into DevOps with AWS.
Did anybody refer to learn DevOps, or you are learning by?
Actually, I got from Telegram. Actually, I
No,
got
no, no.
your thing.
By
Learning when it
no,
comes
no.
to learning, so I was interested by my end. So I thought
Okay,
of learning DevOps along with
okay,
because
okay.
only AWS is not. I think it's
Hmm.
not
Yeah,
that
yeah.
great. So with some technology, it will be with
In
something.
combination with
So
DevOps.
combination with the DevOps, it
These are
should
the
be
three
great.
commands, isn't it, Kaushik? Okay.
Yes, Sunil. Yes, Sunil.
What is the purpose of Apple package?
Apple is just like updating the repository, Sunil. I think that's just for updating the repo basically.
Okay. What is the importance of this 10 lakhs?
CPU is the usage of number of CPUs we want at that time. It's increasing the CPU usage to that extent.
Okay, okay. So instead of 10 lakhs, can I write 5 lakhs?
Yes, you can write it.
Hmm?
It's going to increase. I mean, it's going to bring more stress into that actually.
Okay. So I'll be sharing this in our notes also. Okay, just for the
Yes, Sunil.
participants' reference.
And one more thing, Sunil. There is one more simple command also. I can share that also.
Okay,
So I got it from.
please share it.
So this will also be other command for increasing the stress. So you can try this also. Sometimes what is happening is before stress, after a couple of minutes or some time, it's automatically coming back to normal. So we want the stress to be for a minute, right?
Minimum of
Minimum time is a minute.
yeah. So here, where is the number of minutes?
uh, I think it should be somewhere that
One, I think so.
dollar. Yes, yeah, one.
Hyphen M stands for minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for the information, Kaushik.
Yeah, thank you, Sunil. And one more thing, Sunil. And do I want to get into the DevOps actually? So I have 7 years experience. So uh, I have to make changes in the resume
Uh,
and do that, or how it will be
okay.
actually.
Today I got the message. I mean, yesterday night I got a message. One of our old participant got the job in TCS. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So soon I'll be sharing his experiences. Okay. What's your weekend plan?
Nothing, Sunil. Nowadays, I'm just studying, and I'm not getting time because I'm planning for second certification in AWS actually.
First certification done?
First certification, it's foundational.
You have completed it?
Yeah. CCP completed. I'm looking to do
When did
associate
you, when
because
did you complete
CCP I
CCP?
didn't get in the month of January actually.
Before the training. Hmm.
Yeah, 1 month I had a training on AWS and then I
So
completed it.
probably all the concepts, whatever we have learned, you already know that probably in that case.
Yeah, I have a touch up on all that, but it has been few months. Within the after that, I didn't learn much on AWS. So again, I'm doing it. I'm revising these things.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Kaushik.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Sunil.
Hmm. Yes, Sriram.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sriram. How are you
I'm doing well, and my doubt will comes to the billing part, sir.
doing?
Actually, I have attended an AWS conference of last year, December.
Mm-hmm.
By attending that conference, they give me some
Free
Amazon Web
credit.
Service credits. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And, how can I use that credit, sir?
Um, Even I'm not sure. There will be instructions, right? So you can apply the credit to your AWS account.
Okay, so like I'll thinking that if we are while assigning our instance configuration, we have selected a free tier available dot like
Okay.
tt.micro, and what if we selected another one and
Mm-hmm.
it will automatically it,
Generate the bill.
yes, sir. I
Yeah,
think
it will
I'm
generate the bill. But at the time of paying the bill, probably you need to apply the credit.
yeah,
Okay. But how much credit you got it?
sir. Actually, the total credit is now about $250, sir.
Okay. Okay.
And
Okay.
it is having an expiry date of 31st December of this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. That's okay. But don't worry about how to use the credit. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Better
sir.
to use the free tier instances. Okay. That's more than
Yes.
enough.
Sir, and another doubt also there, and by learning of these AWS services for a period of days, and is there any projects to do so after learning this?
Yeah, we are coming up with our last session. We had a project. Are you in our Telegram group?
Okay.
Are you
Yes,
in
sir.
our Telegram
Yes,
group?
sir. I'm in
The
Telegram.
Telegram group, there is a project expansion on AWS. Okay, so please have a look at that.
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Okay, and
Yes, Sunil.
uh, and quick information. I hope you already got the information. We are starting DevOps course. 1 minute before getting into this. Okay, so we are starting new DevOps course on 20th. Just 4 days to go. So if you want to join, please join our WhatsApp group. Okay, so I'm sending it from the chat box. If you want to join and want experience and want to learn DevOps, join the WhatsApp group so that you get the updates. I hope you already have got the information. Okay. Tanuja. Good morning. We cannot hear you, Tanuja. Sorry, Tanuja, we cannot hear you. Please check your mic settings. Savita. Good morning. Hello. Can you hear me, Savita? You said you have some doubts. Okay. Hi, Arvind. Good morning. Hello. Can you hear me, Arvind?
Hello.
Yeah, Arvind, I can hear you.
Sir, my name is Sai Teja, sir.
Sorry?
Sai Teja. Sai Teja.
Sai Teja. Okay, okay. Your name says as it is Arvind B.
Sir?
But in the Zoom meeting, it is showing as Arvind B.
No, sir. It's that guy refers me, sir.
Yeah, tell me your doubt.
So I don't have a doubt, sir. But I don't have a doubt, sir. But I mean, sir, AWS class have only limited, sir. Only 1400 limited, sir. In the Zoom link.
1400
So
participants. So you're talking about 1400 participants.
Yeah, in the Zoom link, it's
No, there's no limitation.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Yeah,
Actually, I wake up only. Actually, I wake up at 4 o'clock and switch on the Zoom link. So
No, if you try to join at morning 4 o'clock, you cannot join. You have to wait. I mean, starts at 6:30, right? You join 5 minutes before the scheduled time. You'll not find a problem. Okay. Now last time it was a problem. Then the meeting maximum capacity was 1,000. Now I have increased it to. I have taken a bigger plan of 3,000 participants. Okay, so you will not find those kind of meeting. Last time it was the error got meeting is full, isn't it? So now
okay.
there is no such case because I have increased the number of participants to 3,000.
Yeah.
Arvind?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank
Thanks.
you very much, Arvind. So how is your practicing?
Yeah, good, sir. Fine. Good, sir.
Thank you. Vandana Chaturvedi, good morning. Good evening, I think so.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Yeah.
Good morning. So my doubt is like for EC2, I asked one more time, that time you said like whenever we'll go over it, then we will discuss that how to create on-demand instance, reserved instance.
You have to
Yeah.
wait. You have to wait. Chandana. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. You don't need to worry about that. Okay. And I will anyways share you the details. Okay. Moving
I
on.
have one more question.
Yes.
Yeah, I had one more question. Like in the last class, when we had created that auto scaling group, that time, yeah, you said the instance can be either terminated or instance can be rebooted or stop. So what is the difference in stopping and starting and then rebooting in vertical scaling and horizontal scaling?
In what context? Rebooting is nothing but restarting. Stopping and starting is like stopping the laptop and starting the laptop. The concept remains the same. Both are same.
But But there is different kinds of option for each instance. Either you can stop and then start, or there is another option for reboot. That's why I'm just confused. That
Yeah, both are
why
almost same. Like how in our laptop we have restart option and stop and start option. It's up to you. So both are equally good. Okay.
in case status check is failed, that time there is a solution if the instance
You have to
there is
reboot it.
reboot or either start stop.
You
Anything
can
is
also
possible.
stop. Anything is possible. It gets rectified.
Okay. Okay. All
Okay.
right. Either.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So before moving on, last question. Mohanty. Um,
Hi, can you hear me?
yeah, Binita. I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Yes, so I had a question regarding AMI and snapshots.
Yes, tell me a question.
What is the difference between AMI and snapshot? Like, is it just that on snapshot we're trying to move the
generally
memory,
snapshot.
like
No,
the
no. Generally snapshots are for how many types of volumes we have?
So we have the root volume is there, and then we have the additional which we used yesterday was the EBS.
Okay. So AEC automation can have two types of volumes. One is root volume. The other one is
Mm-hmm.
EBS volume. Isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Can you see my screen?
I can see the screen.
Okay.
Yes.
Generally, snapshots are used for EBS volumes. Okay. Got it?
Okay.
If a client wants to
Yes.
move the EBS volumes, then we go for snapshot. If a client wants to move root volumes, it's nothing but AMIs. Okay. Because in the root
Okay.
volume, we have operating system and all the softwares will be installed in the root volume. So when the client is wanting the root volume, it's nothing but AMIs. Okay. That's the difference.
Okay. Okay. And is there a difference in cost? Like, if any time during design they say, we want something which is more cost effective. So is EBS more cost effective?
When compared to, we were talking about root volume.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously, EBS is cheaper than root volume. Okay. Okay. And snapshots are
Okay.
cheaper than
Okay.
AMIs.
Okay. Okay. Yes, this helps a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhinita. You're from which location?
I live in New York. I'm in the healthcare industry.
Okay. Thank you, Abhinita.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on to our plan for today's session. We are getting into the next service called as S3. This is our plan for today's session. So understanding S3, what are the features of S3? Getting into the basic practicals of S3, how to create a bucket. What do you mean by a bucket? We'll understand it soon. How to create a bucket, how to upload the objects into the bucket, how to access the object, how to make object private, how to delete the object, how to delete the bucket, and looking at basic options with respect to bucket. So this is all what we are planning to learn in today's session. So it's all about a completely new service called as S3. Okay. Now, if anybody asks you S3, if anybody if anybody asks you what is S3, your answer should be simple storage service. Okay, it's a simple storage service. So on a high level, S3 is a storage service. Okay, so if anybody asks you what is S3, your answer should be it's a storage service. Okay, and it is very simple. So they said named it as 3S, simple storage service. Okay, so it's a storage service. Okay, what type of storage? What type of storage? It's an object storage. So S3 is an object storage. Definitely your next question is, What is an object? Object is nothing but a file. So in other words, S3 is a file storage. Okay, S3 in AWS, with respect to service called S3, a file is considered as an object. When in the context of S3 service, a file is considered as an object. So what is S3? S3 is an object storage. Technically, file is also called as object with respect to storage point of view. Okay, so S3 is a storage service. What storage is an object storage? What do you mean by object storage? You can store files. You can store files. Files is called as an object. File is called as an object. What type of files? It can be any file. It can be a PDF file. It can be a JPG file. Okay, it can be an audio file. It can be video file. So whatever the file you want, you can store it. It's a file storage. I hope we already have experienced the object storage. All of us already have experienced the concept of object storage. We all know Google Drive, right? We all know what is Google Drive. I'm sharing the recordings in the Google Drive. Am I right? What is Google Drive? It's an object storage provided by Google. We already are sharing. We are already are using Google Drive. What is Google Drive? It's an object storage. Similar to it, S3 is also an object storage. Something similar to Google Drive, but more options. That's all. Nothing special. It's a object storage. So let's learn more about this concept of S3. Okay. Look at this. Secure. You don't need to worry about the security. Durable. Highly scalable. Object storage. Okay. S3 is easy to use. That's why it is called as simple. Easy to use. A simple web service interface. The user interface is very simple to store and retrieve any amounts of data. There's no limitation. You can store only 50 GB of data. You can store only 100 GB of data. You can only store 500 GB of data. You can store only 1 terabyte, 10 terabyte. You can store any amounts of data. There's no limitation. Scalability, that's called high scalable. There's no restriction at all. Okay, it's a storage service and it is very simple. You don't need to worry about security. It's highly secure. Okay, let's learn more about S3. Let's learn more about S3. So it is a safe place. As I said, you don't need to worry about the security. It's an object-based storage. That's nothing but a file storage. And a file can be, each file can be 0 bytes to 5 terabytes. Each file. One file can be maximum 5 terabytes. In case if you are uploading it from the graphical console, a file can be 5 gigabytes if you are uploading the file from the command line interface. This is something new we need to learn. In two ways, we can work with AWS cloud. In two ways, you can connect to AWS and work with AWS cloud. One is the graphical user interface. The other one is command line interface. Graphical user interface is from the browser. Like how every day we are logging into aws.amazon.com by providing your email address and password. You're logging in, creating the EC2 machines. That way of connecting to AWS cloud is called as graphical user interface. There's one more approach using which you can connect to your AWS account and work with creating EC2 machines and all those. That is called as command line interface. We have never experienced the concept of command line interface. Anyways, I'll be showing you soon how to connect to your AWS account using command line interface and how to create the objects or instances, whatever you want, you from the command line interface. In case if you are using the command line interface, the maximum file size can be up to 5 GB. Unlimited storage. Unlimited storage. As I mentioned, there's no restriction with respect to storage. Objects are stored in buckets, compulsory. This is very important. Objects should be stored in buckets. Whenever you want to upload an object, it's compulsory that step one, you need to create a bucket. In S3, whenever you want to upload an object, let's say this is a recording, I want to share this recording in S3, you can do that. Okay, so whenever you want to store a particular object in S3, Whenever you want to store an object in S3, it's a two-step process. It's a two-step process. Step one, what you need to do is to create a bucket. Step one is to create a bucket. Then step two, you can upload the objects. Correct? It's a two-step process. You cannot directly upload. You cannot directly dump your data into the S3 service. It's a two-step process. First step, you have to create a bucket. And then you can only upload the objects into the bucket. So keep that in mind. So bucket is mandatory whenever you want to use a service called as S3. Let's move on. Let's learn something more. So objects is stored in bucket. Bucket name should be unique globally. Globally, not local to your AWS account. Bucket name should be always unique. Okay, so we've got some more information about S3. So let's move on. There are different features. These are all advantages or features. You can say it's available, 99.99% available, durable. There's something called tiered storage. I'll explain that. There's a lifecycle management option. We have versioning, we have encryption. You can secure access. You can secure your data by using access control list and bucket policies. These are some of the important points. Anyways, we'll see that practically. Okay, there are different classes available: standard, intelligent tiering, standard 1A. So all this we log in, see it practically. When AWS is providing these many advantages, friends, when AWS is providing these many advantages, unlimited storage, okay, highly available and scalable, these many features, encryption for higher security, because of this providing these many features, obviously AWS will charge you when you want to use it. On what basis you get the bill? On what basis you get the bill? You get the bill amount with the amount of storage. Obviously, when you store more data, you get more bill. When you store less data, you get less bill. Number of requests. How many people are accessing your object? Based on the request, how many people are accessing the object, also you get the bill. You get the bill based on the storage management. TS will see what exactly you get the bill based on the data transfer. You get the bill when you enable transfer acceleration region. You get the bill when you use cross-region replication. These are the factors which helps you, which will help using which the AWS will charge you for the services. Okay, so this is cross-region transfer acceleration. So all this will say start practically. So I hope you have understood about the concept of S3. So S3 is a storage service. Basically, it's an object storage. When I say object storage, say it as object storage. Don't say it as file storage. In fact, it is a file storage, but you have to use the term called object. So S3 is an object storage. Clear? Clear about this? Okay. Okay. So we had a basic understanding how S3 works. Okay. So let's jump into practical. Let's experience how exactly we can create bucket and how we can upload the objects. Once the object is uploaded, how can we access the object? All this interesting thing. Let's get into practicals. Any questions on S3? Any questions on S3? Please raise your hand. Rupali. Any question, Rupali? I can see your hand raised, so please unmute and talk.
Hello.
Yes, Rupali.
Yeah. My question is any other way to check our logs and anything whichever services is open, because we have done whichever we open, we have done some, we go that particular section and we have check the, suppose load runner is open and we can go to action and stop that. So is there any other way to check the whichever services is open?
What do you mean by open? Services are open?
Still they are running, like they're running, we are not stopped, because we are
Okay, no. You want to know, is there any way where we can see a list of all the objects which are running, so that in case if it is unnecessary, we can delete it, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah, there's no option. So you have to make sure that You need to remember whatever the infrastructure we are getting used, okay? And then you can do it. Okay, Rupali?
Okay, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Sunil. This is Pavan.
Yeah, Pavan, please tell me.
This whatever S3 is telling that there is FTP like that, na? It's a files. We
Where
have
is
to
it?
share it to that files. S3
1
means
minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. You're talking
yeah.
about this?
Yes, yes.
Okay, please tell me.
That whatever the files is stored, na, there is a sharing to somebody else like that, na. We can use that user side. We need
Access
to.
control list and bucket policy. You're talking about this?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, tell me. You're talking about these points: access control list and bucket policy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We need
tell
to
me your
share
doubt.
that. We need this S3 is working same thing FTP type, na. We need to share the
Something
files.
similar to FTP only, but is more robust and more user interface. Because FTP is also for transferring the files and storing the files to a
Yes, yes,
FTP
yes.
file server, isn't it? Something similar to it. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So let's move on. So now the most important thing, what you know, if you want to upload an object, what is the first step you need to do? Step one is to create a bucket. Once the bucket is ready, then you can upload the objects into the bucket. Okay. So let's jump into practicals. Okay. So we know Antis S3. We have discussed the important features of S3. Let's getting into practicals of let's create a bucket. Okay, so let's say I want to upload an object. First, what object I want to upload? Let's first decide an object. Let's say this is an object. This is an image. Okay, this is an image. So I want to upload this particular image into my S3. So can I upload images into S3? Obviously, because it says an object storage, you can upload this particular image. But in case if you want to upload the image, it's a two-step process, mind you. I hope we already know it. The step one is to create the bucket first. You cannot directly dump the objects into the S3. So first step, it's a two-step process. Bucket is mandatory. So let's go ahead and create a bucket, and also let's experience how can we upload the objects into our bucket. So let's log into S3. Shravya Boini, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi, Shravya. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Shravya?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Are you the same Shravya of Cognizant?
Sir, I'm not from Cognizant.
Okay, sorry. Let's log into AWS. Services, we are all completed EC2. Now I want to deal with S3. So under storage, we have a service called S3. Oh my God. See, I have forgotten to delete the buckets. So sorry, please give me some time. So it's very important to delete, otherwise you get the bill. Bucket is not empty. 1 minute, please. Properties. Done. Okay. So services, under storage, you have a service called as S3. So get into S3. This is how it looks like. No buckets. You do not have any buckets. Okay. By default, obviously, there'll be no bucket whenever you want to upload your objects. So first step, what you need to do is to create a bucket. Okay. So let's go ahead and create a bucket. I want to create a bucket with the name. I want to create a bucket with the name bucket1. Okay. I want to create a bucket with the name bucket1. So let's experience it. So create bucket. What's the name of the bucket? The name of the bucket which I want to create is bucket1. And where do you want to create the bucket? I want to create the bucket in any region like Mumbai region, Singapore region. That's okay. I want to go ahead with Mumbai region. So by default, the bucket is blocked. I want to remove the block. And then I acknowledge the settings which I have done it. And then that's it. Go ahead and create a bucket. Okay. Yes. Bucket with the same name already exists. Someone has already created a bucket with the same name, not me. Bucket name should be unique globally. Are you understanding? Someone has already used a bucket with the name bucket1. We cannot create the same bucket name. Okay, so bucket name should be unique. Okay, let's say I want to create a bucket with the name bucket10. I think definitely bucket10 is also used 100%. The same error. So bucket name should be always unique globally. Remember, bucket naming is very, very important. So let's have a unique name, bucket hyphen some number. Got it? So like this, it will be unique. So go ahead and create a bucket. You have successfully created a bucket. Now tell me what's the name of the bucket you have created, and bucket 7583 is the name of the bucket which you have created, and which region you have created the bucket. You have created the bucket in the Mumbai region. As simple as that. It's nothing difficult. The user interface is very simple. S3 is very simple. As the name suggests, it's simple service. So it's nothing difficult. So we are done with creating a bucket. Okay. So you need to have a quick note of the bucket naming rules. Keep that bucket naming rules. Just a quick revise of bucket naming rules, which is very important. So search in Google S3 bucket name rules. Okay, so bucket naming rules is very important. So let's have a quick revision. So you need to follow these rules when you're naming a bucket. Bucket name should be 3 to 63 characters long. Bucket name can consist of lower letters, numbers, dots. Bucket name should start with letter but begin and end with a letter or a number. Bucket name should not be in the form of IP address. Okay. And this is how your bucket names looks like. Okay. So keep a note of these bucket names. Okay. You should not use you should not start with a special character. You should not end with special characters. So keep this in mind when you're naming a bucket. So we are done with creating a bucket. Where did we create the bucket? We have created a bucket in Mumbai region. Okay. Can we create one more bucket? Can we create one more bucket? No doubt you can create one more bucket. Okay. So let's create a bucket. So I want to create one more bucket. I want to name the bucket with the name bucket hyphen some number. Okay. And this time I want to create a bucket not in Mumbai region. I want to create a bucket in Singapore region. Fine. And then by default, the bucket is blocked. Remove the block. And then acknowledge the settings. And then I create a bucket. This is the second bucket which we are creating, isn't it? Perfect. Success. You get a message. Successfully created a bucket. Very good. I'm done with creating 2 buckets. The first bucket I have created in Mumbai region. Second bucket you have created in Singapore region. Now, very important observation, friends. Very, very important observation you need to keep in mind. Very important observation. 1 minute, please. Okay, so very important point you need to keep in mind, especially with respect to the S3 service dashboard. The S3 service dashboard is by default global. It's not region specific dashboard. It's always global. There's no concept of selecting region. There's no concept of selecting Singapore. It's all grayed out. There's no concept of selecting Mumbai. I cannot select the region. S3 does not require region selection. It is by default global. You cannot change it. So by default, the S3 dashboard is global. That means if you create a bucket in Mumbai, if you create a bucket in Singapore, if you create a bucket in Sydney, if you create a bucket in US, all the buckets you can find it in list here. Unlike EC2 machines, if it is EC2 machines, if you select Mumbai, you can see only the instances which are in Mumbai. If you switch to Singapore, you can see only the instances in Singapore, isn't it? That's region specific dashboard, but here S3 is global. It's not region specific. So very important question. The S3 service dashboard is global. So that's the reason you can find list of all the buckets in the same dashboard. Okay, that's important observation. We are done with creating a bucket. Point 1. Why did we create a bucket? Why did we create a bucket? Because you have to create the bucket, mandatory. If you want to store some objects, step 1 is to create a bucket. So that's the reason we have created a bucket. Fine, we have created a bucket. Now I want to upload the object into the bucket. Let's experience how to upload the objects into bucket. Which object I want to upload? I already have shown you. I want to upload this particular AWS image.jpg is the image which I want to upload. What? So I want this image is available in my desktop. So I want to upload this particular image. So let's learn how to experience. Let's learn how can we upload the objects in the bucket. Very simple. Select the object. Select the bucket. User interface is very simple. We have an option. See, objects. Objects are nothing but files. You already know it. You have an option called upload. Good. That's it. Right now, no objects. There are no objects available. Let's upload it. Upload. Obviously, first you need to add files. Browse where exactly a file is available. My file is available in my desktop. The name of the file is AWS image. Pick up the file. You can see the file has been uploaded and the file size is 220 KB file. That's it. Okay. There's something called permissions. Okay. Grant public access. There's an option called grant public access. I want anybody to access my object. I want my object to be accessed all over the world. So that's the reason I'm selecting this grant public access. If you don't want public access, you can avoid that. I want to provide public access so that anybody in the world can access my object. So I'm selecting the grant public access, and then I understand the options, and then I upload the object. That's it. As simple as that. Upload succeeded. So we are done with uploading the objects. Okay. So this is our objective. We have created a bucket. The name of the bucket is bucket 7583, and I have uploaded the object into the bucket. Okay. 1 minute, please. I'm done. Okay. So we are done with the experiencing 2-step process. Step 1, we have created a bucket. Step 2, we have uploaded the object into the bucket. That's it. Okay. How to access the object? So you can also see here. Let's go back. So this is the bucket which we have created in Mumbai. So this is the bucket. Select the bucket. You can see list of all the objects uploaded. There's only one object uploaded into the bucket. Okay. How can we access the object? How can we access the object? Every object will have object URL. Every object will have object URL. Using that object URL, we can access the object. So select this particular object. Click on the object. You can see the details about the object. And can you see there's something called object URL? Can you see we have an object URL? I'm copying the object URL and I am trying to access the object using the browser. I'm able to access the object, isn't it? Yes or no? Not only me, anybody in the world can access my object using the object URL. If you have object URL with you, you can access the object. I'm sending the object URL in the chat box. Pick up that object URL from the chat box and try to access that my object using the URL from your Google Chrome browser or whatever it is. And please respond to me. Are you able to access my object? Perfect. Thank you very much. Let's stop. Okay, let's stop. Thank you very much. Okay, perfect. So that's how you can upload the object. So creating in a bucket, we have experienced it. Please do hands-on. Please do hands-on. After to get the best of the training, you have to practice. We have learned how to upload the objects into the bucket and how can I access the object using the object URL. Making the object private. Now I have made the object public. So as I made the object public, anybody in the world can access. I can make the object private. I don't want to be accessed. I'll make the object private. This is the object permissions. Okay, so grant public access, edit. I think I have provided grant public access, isn't it? Okay, I remove this. Public access, I have provided it. I'm removing the checkbox. Okay, I'm removing the grant public access and I save it. I have removed the access. As I have removed the access, now if you try to access the object using the object URL, now try to access the object using the object URL. As I have not provided public access, now access denied. Please, friends, access the object one more time. Please access the object one more time. Same URL. Please try to access one more time. Definitely, you will not get the image because I am controlling my object. I am owner of the bucket and I am owner of the object. I can anytime, whenever I want, I can provide the public access. I can remove the public access. So it's up to me. I can control it. That's how you can restrict your access whenever you want. Clear? So let's delete the object. Let's say you don't want an object, you can delete the object. If you don't want the bucket, you can delete the bucket. So let's do that. I don't want this particular object. Pretty simple. The user interface is very simple. So delete. Successfully deleted. So whenever you don't want, you can delete it. If you don't want the bucket also, you can delete it. Select the bucket. There's an option called delete. The user interface is very simple. Just experiencing the user interface and working with the options is all about S3. It's a storage. Okay. So that's how. So I hope you got the purpose of S3. S3 is an object storage. So this S3 is having a lot of features. I want to show you a quick glance about the important features of a bucket. Okay. So go to bucket properties. There is a concept of versioning. Okay. And tags, encryption. You can encrypt your objects. We'll see that. That's important. And then event notification, transfer acceleration is important. Object lock is important. Static website hosting is important. These are the important features which you should know it. Coming to management, you should know about the lifecycle management of buckets. Okay. And replication rules. All these are very, very important. So these are the points which we are planning to learn in our next class. Okay. So today we have experienced about the concept of S3. So we have learned how to create buckets and how to use the buckets and how to delete the buckets. I want to delete. Please delete whatever we are creating. So to avoid the bill, that's it. Okay. So that's it for our plan. We are done understanding the concept of S3. So as usual, before ending, let's have a quick questionnaire. Vamsi Jonadula.
Hi Sunil, this is Vamsi.
Hi Vamsi, how are you doing?
Yeah, doing good. Yeah, I have almost 15 years of experience in IT. Yeah, I'm working on big data actually. So
Okay.
I thought of complete the certification on AWS for big data. That's the reason I'm saying the path.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How
I
is
have
your
one
learning
question.
experience?
Very good.
You
Very
know
good,
AWS
Sunil,
before, or is the first time you're learning AWS?
No, first time actually. Since 3 years I'm planning to learn, but
Okay.
I didn't get the time to learn.
You are there from beginning of the batch, or you have joined somewhere
Yes,
in
I
between?
had. I am there actually.
Okay. How is your learning experience with respect to
It's
AWS?
very good, Sunil, actually.
Thank you.
I can tell you actually the way you, I like, simply I
Thank
want
you.
to say it's in one word.
Thank you,
I like
Vamsi.
it actually.
Yeah.
Because I used to divert in a fraction of 1 minute or something like that.
Okay.
But actually we will complete by the time within 1 minute. So I like
Okay. Okay.
That's
Good.
the reason. Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
And
Your
one
question.
thing, one question. Yesterday, I have one question. Like when you're creating the volumes, right? In Unix, we have mount concept, right? Like
Yeah.
same mount volume can be used by the two different machines.
Yeah.
Same thing
Yeah.
can be.
Yes, that can be done by using a separate service called as EFS, Elastic File Storage. Okay. One volume can be shared with multiple EC2 machines. That's a different service. Okay.
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 Thank you, Sunil. Again, I want to say that actually, your training is very good. Actually, I mean to say you're not allowing me to move other side.
Thank you. If you're happy, please share it to your friend circle. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Sarvana Babu.
Hi, Sunil.
Hi, Sarvana Babu. How are you?
I am fine. You?
You're from which location?
I'm from Chennai.
Okay.
Actually, just sorry. Actually, you told me that S3 is a global service.
S3 is S3 region is global. Okay, it's not service is global. S3 dashboard is always global.
Okay. So I want to know that I thought it's a global. So it's why it's asking is to store the location in particular region something. That's why.
Why it is asking to select Mumbai or Singapore at the time of creating the project? No. When you are uploading the objects, okay. It should store it in some data center, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
So that's about selecting the data center. You want to store it in Mumbai. If your customers are in Mumbai, if your customers are in India, obviously we store our objects in Mumbai region, isn't it? Okay. Isn't it, Sarvana? Okay.
Yes.
So we need to select the data center. So region is here, selecting the data center.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Sarvana?
Okay. For example, let's say, we have a OTT platform, Amazon Prime. Okay. So majority of the customers are in India. Agree? So so better to select and upload their videos in Mumbai data center. Okay. If there is a OTT platform specific to one language, let's say there's an OTT platform specific to French, then they go for UK or some other data center, obviously the nearest to their customers. Okay. So it's all about selecting the data center. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Reduce the latency. That's it. Anything more, Sarvana?
No, Sunil. Thank you.
Dasari Chandra Babu. Chakradhar Babu.
Sir.
How are you?
Sir, fine, sir.
Your
Just
question.
general question. Sir, I want to do a certification in AWS. Which I choose solution architect, developer, or SYS OPS.
I already have mentioned this. Go for solutions architect, associate level.
For DevOps, building my career as a DevOps.
Even though you are planning for DevOps, but AWS certified solutions architect is the right
solution architect. Demand also so high in
solutions
market,
architect, associate level. Solutions architect, there are 2 levels, associate and professional. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Go for associate level. That's enough.
Sir, difference means what is the difference?
Services are different. That's
okay,
it.
Sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Chakradhar. Ishwar Reddy.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Ishwar. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Mm.
Thank you. Hope you are also doing good.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I had a doubt regarding that how to increase the CPU utilization in the auto scaling.
Yeah, I think our friend has shared the commands to increase the CPU utilization so that your automation gets a new machine gets created automatically. Try with those commands. Okay.
Correct. I got clarified with that.
Yes. Next.
Thanks to that guy. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Saurabh Godeshwar, how are you?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Hi, Saurabh.
Fine, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Saurabh.
Yes, sir.
How is your learning experience?
Good, sir. Good, sir.
Okay, very good. Yes, your question.
Sir, I have a question about in creating the AWS account. I have already an account in 2019.
Okay.
So can I use it or creating a new account?
Better to create a new account because you have created your AWS account in 2019. They provide free tier limitations only for 1 year. Okay.
Okay.
So I think that AWS account has completed 1 year time. So it will be converted into a paid account. So go ahead and create a new AWS account. You can use the same mobile number. You can use the same debit card. That's not a problem. So
Okay, sir.
Okay, better to use a new AWS account.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Saurabh. Thank you. Okay, so 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please. Okay. So that's it for today's session. Thank you. And I hope you know there is no session on Saturday and Sunday. We will not have sessions on Saturday, Sunday. The next session will be on Monday, where we learn more features about S3. Okay. Thank you all and have a nice weekend. Bye, everybody.